Hello and Merry Christmas! Very Merry Christmas to all of you, my friends. Hello and welcome. This is Marta from Drop of Sunshine, and today I am inviting you to craft along with me. My friends, this is the video I am creating especially for this year Christmas hop on the craft world. There is a group. If you didn't know about that, just check the link down below on the comment section. I will leave you the link to the group, and this is the group which I've started on the beginning of the December, I think. But I didn't even expect that so many beautiful, wonderful friends will join me, because what we are doing, we're trying to bring you some positive Christmas content for everyone who may spend this Christmas time alone. If you're living far away from your family, and with this everything what's going on in the world, you cannot travel, you can't see your close one, you may feel a little bit left alone. Just to not feel everyone as lonely, I've decided to record some positive content and encourage some of my friends, my beautiful family on the craft world, to do the same. And oh my goodness, I didn't expect a positive outcome from that, because it was over 100, I think it's now 160 something friends decided to join. So definitely check this group, my friends, and I'm hoping that you will find lots of good videos for you. And today, what I'm gonna be doing today, actually, I've decided to use the free downloadable files which I've already posted on the craft world, but I will give you a link along with this YouTube video. I will attach the file once again, so save you trouble of looking. And if you haven't printed those yet, just pause the video, print. If you've got the access to the printer, you can print them and come back, and we're gonna do something together. I'm not gonna be speeding up the video, I will just do one-to-one so we can have this time together. And I'm unfortunately I wish that would be live. We could then message through communication. You could type the message and I could maybe answer, but I have to record it in advance because I'm just moving houses. But uh, I'm hoping that we will spend this next, I don't know, 20 minutes, half an hour. I don't know if I'll if I'll manage to pull the project together as quickly, but I'm hoping that for the next time, a couple, maybe half an hour, we will be crafting together and we could spend that time. Just so you know, my story is that I'm living abroad myself. I'm currently living in Scotland, so I'm also far away from my family. Obviously, I'm very lucky and blessed to have my beautiful husband and my precious baby boy to be here with me, so I'm not being alone on the Christmas time. But it's still something I'm really resonate to, because for some years, if I couldn't go home, I was always feeling that I'm missing something in this Christmas spirit without seeing my family. So I'm kinda, I'm kinda on this side. I really know that what it means to be far away from the family. So my friends, we are starting. What I'm gonna be needing is 2 pounds. Actually, there was 4. I'm not sure where I put the rest, but this is the 2 I'll be using. This is the free downloadable files, and I'm having a spare piece. This is just a regular A4 size cardstock, and I'm thinking I'm gonna be creating the slimline card. This is my first idea. I'm hoping I'll be managed to deliver you the video for each single day. This one I will upload on a Christmas Eve, I think, because this is the day we're gonna be start uploading the positive content on the page. And yeah, so this Christmas, I must tell you, my friends, it's a very special one, because we're spending it in Scotland, and I think it's gonna be our last one Christmas in Scotland. I'm not sure yet, because at some point we are planning to move back to be closer to family, especially for our boy. But this year we're moving houses, and it's just a madhouse here. I've got boxes everywhere. I'm packing, and it's just a lot. Anyway, my friends, what I did, I score myself a card. You see me using the scoring board. I could actually use it over here, but never mind. I used the scoring board. Oh, teeny tiny bit. Never mind, but that way I will have this perfectly straight edge. So what I did, I scored the paper on 4 inches, folded, and then I've cut it through this Crafter Companion guillotine. So I'm having perfectly made a slim-like card, and let me just put the guillotine away. I'm just gonna, oh, I'm actually, no, I'm gonna need it, but this is my slimline card ready. This is how I make my base. So that's what I'm gonna be doing now. Next bit, I'm thinking I'm gonna be making a little bit background piece from this side, so I need to cut it, and I will start off from cutting this bit over here. So I'll cut it away. I'm placing it on my board just so it's gonna be even, more or less, and I will chop off all the white edge from 3 sides. I really like that guillotine. I must tell you, my friends, I really love it. I do have a larger guillotine, which was on the other side of the desk. I'm not quite sure where do I place it now in my new studio, but I definitely love this one. Before, when I was creating videos, I had to always like make a break. Oh, look how teeny tiny bits it cut. It's just like a hair. Anyway, I was always have to break the video and go on the other side just so I could cut something. And now, as you can see, I can put my card just like that, so I'll know I have this 3 edges straight, and I could see more or less where I have to cut and make myself a teeny tiny mark. You can do it with the pencil, or you can just eyeball it, but like that, and basically that looks like a 3 3/4 of an inch. Just chop it, and here you can see I've got perfect placement for my card. Lovely straight cut edge, and I really like that guillotine. So next bit is I will do exactly the same with this piece here. And this time it will be much easier for me, because I already know that I need my length, my wideness to be 3 3/4 of an inch. I moved that aside so it's not gonna be distracting. And I must tell you, my friend, it's been some time since the last time I was creating a live video. I actually never create any live video on YouTube, but I did few lives on the Facebook groups so far. But it's a little bit different when you have this another side interaction, because someone always posts some question or something, gives you something to talk about, and now I just have to figure it out everything by myself. So if I'll be talking silly things. Please forgive me, because first of all, I'm a little bit unprepared, and second of all, it's quite late. It's quite late, my friends. So what I'm thinking of doing is I want to have some tearing, but I want to do them across. I could do the panel just like that and then try to glue it on the angle, but that way this line they would look weird. So what I did, I've cut exactly the same panel like I need, and then I'll be tearing from top, trying to make it on the angle, and then tear it from the other side. And so I hope it will work. I will try to make it like a nice tearing line, just something to look kind of organic. Oh yeah, that could do. And then once you start tearing from another side, try to keep the same distance from the so your strip will look quite even on both sides. All right, something like that. I think that will do. Would that do? Yeah, I think this will do. That way you will have this instant texture, and you don't really need any border dye or anything. Have a look, my friends, how lovely it looks like, and it still keeps those lines. And what you could do also would be a good idea to cut yourself two exactly the same pieces of the cardstock, like from the same pattern, and do the same thing. So once you're gonna be tearing them, you're gonna have these edges, but then you will have this lovely continuousness pattern. But that will require you, because I think if you take this one, that will have the pattern start from the different place. But if you had the same two pieces of the card and you will cut the same rectangle on both and have it exactly same place, so if you tear it and then you glue it on top, that will give you a lovely nice effect. But do you know what I'm thinking? I'm thinking that I could actually create two cards. Yeah, why not? We're having some time, we're here to have fun and have a good time. So let me just grab another piece of paper. I'll have it here ready. So let me prepare another card. So we have base for that, and we are gonna be doing the opposite, like a negative thing here. And where is my bone folder? Of course, Marta, of course, already lost. So that's for no. How would I do it? For, and it's here, and right, something like that. Okay. Okay, and we're gonna score it. And then I'm going to crease my scoring line and cut off the excess. So I'm placing both cards just like that. Oh, I think I even mark more than 4, but never mind, it will chop off. Oh, you see, it will chop off that excess, and that way I have perfectly made a straight card. So what I'm doing, I think it was 3 3/4, and yes, I'll just place my card straight, chop off that bit, and have a look. I've got this gorgeous panel here, and then I will have those two. But what I will have to do is to tear off a little bit extra. I'll start from this side, just so I could have this white paper reveal. I always like to have this white edge. I think it just looks nicely. So if you just peel slightly the top layer, few places, not even entirely, but just in a few places, just to help reveal this white paper, that will look nicer, I think. So this is what I'm doing. I'm just trying to take as little as possible, just so I could have I could still have this piece covered. And have a look, my friend, how looks nice. I don't like this one here to be, I want to have a little bit more straight. And then I'm just lifting it slightly, shaping it, rolling it outside for the extra dimension. And have a look, my friend, how beautiful this is looks like. Actually, maybe a little bit tear from here, just to reveal the white edge. And on this side a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. You don't need to tear off a lot, so I'm just using my fingers to lift this bit here. And here we go, we've got one card like that and one card like that, just made from those two panels. And yeah, so let's do something next. The next thing I have, which I've just chopped off, is this flowers. And let me find my scissors. I'm just gonna be cutting them. And there is like a, if you've got Brothers Can and Cut, you could probably cut it over there. Well, you could definitely cut over there, because I've got mine. I've been just placing this bit on this Brothers Can and Cut and cut it myself. But today we're doing everything from the beginning till the end by our own hands. So I will just quickly cut them. And what else I could tell you? Something positive. Let me think. Do you know, my friends, I've been thinking that although it's been very hard year for everyone, for me as well, there's been a lot of good things coming, at least for me. And things which things which I'm trying to look on the positive side is that during this lockdown, I was working. I was one of the key workers, but my husband, he had almost 3 months staying home time, when he could really enjoy the time with our son, which is absolutely fantastic thing. Because I don't know how his system works in your countries, but here in Scotland, when you give a birth to a baby, the father is allowed to stay home for 2 weeks, and then maybe he can use up his holiday or things like that. But this paternity holiday, it's actually just 2 weeks, which is really not much time. Especially I spent the first week after giving a birth, I spent the first week in the hospital. So my husband was because we're living in a small town, we had to go to a different town. And I was whole week in the hospital with our son. So my husband was in a hotel. He was only allowed to visit us for a short period of time. And that was, of course, over 2 years ago. My son is 2.5, just in case anyone wondering. But when we came back soon after 1 week, and my husband was already at work. because he used up his yearly holiday earlier on, just to basically, when we were traveling for doctor's visit or something, the hospital, I was given a birth, and it was over 100 miles away from our little town. So this is the reality, and I feel that he never really had a lot of the time to spend with our son. And then when lockdown happened, it was just a true blessing, because my husband could really take a time to, enjoy this, not just be a father on the weekend. I mean, my husband is great. He's coming back from work, and he's been playing with our son and things like that. But obviously, if you're outside, if you're working for 8 or 10 hours, you basically don't have as much time during the day to really dive into, playing fun. And sometimes he was coming home, and by the time he was, half shower, because he is spraying with different paints. He works with the with different substances. Then he has to, have a proper scrub and shower when he comes back home. So yeah, so I think this was the greatest thing happened for us, is that we really had time together. Although I was working, I'm working part-time. I work in a studio. I'm in a studio every day, but in my craft studio. But then I also have a part-time job, which I am keeping, and I am blessed for, because that gives me my a little time to go and see other people, see other faces. Otherwise, if not for this part-time job, I would be just staying home. So that way I'm having my chance to go and have a little bit so-called social life, see my friends at work, and everyone. So this is a positive thing happened to me, and I was blessed to be with my husband, spend more time together, do some, things. Even if we didn't go anywhere because of the lockdown, I am blessed enough that we have a house with the garden, and we were allowed to go for a little walks as well. So we spent a lot of the time walking and being together. So that's really a positive thing. I am looking out from all this pandemia. I know it's been changing the plans for us. I thought I will be moving and, selling the house earlier and things like that, but it is what it is. So I'm always trying to find a little bit light. I find this little, ray of light, a little something positive from any situation happens to us. So this was my positive story from having lockdown. And for the next year, I'm thinking, I am trying to, not plan too much, because when you plan too much, then there's a lot of things can go wrong. But on the other side, I was always a planning person. I love, creating a plans and thinking ahead what I will do. And but my biggest trouble is I'm always having 10 times more plans than actually time to physically do something. But for the next year, I'm thinking I want to be really start doing some positive, reading more positive books. Well, I don't have a time to read the books, but I'm definitely will be looking forward to listen some positive audiobooks, which I quite often, I must tell you, my friends, that whenever you see me crafting and then I record the voiceover, I'm usually listening to something, and quite often I'm actually listening to the audiobooks. There is lots of pages like Audible and other places. I don't even may not know all of them, but uh, to be honest, I'm using YouTube. YouTube is a great source, not only for the video content, but also for listening those audiobooks, and there's plenty of them free, so you don't really need to spend a penny if you don't have a money and you think you cannot afford for any subscription like that, so definitely check YouTube. There's lots of the positive books over there, and something you could listen, and which really will help you out, as it helps me. There's a few books I think I remember. I will give you links as well. Oh, that's a good idea. I will leave you links down below, so if you've got some spare time, you could listen, or you could craft and then listen in the background. This is something I've been doing for years, and I must tell you, my friends, some of the books, they actually change my life entirely. They absolutely shift my thinking process as well, because before I was very worrying about everything and everyone, and keep thinking those black scenarios. And then one time I remember I was reading a book. Well, I wasn't reading, it was audiobook, but it was audiobook about worrying. Yeah, and the book is called How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. And you're not gonna believe, my friends, but this book was written nearly 100 years ago, but it's still so valid, up to date. Everything written in this book, when I was hearing it, it was just like it was written about my life. I'm telling you, my friends, and I'm pretty much sure if you will hear that book, then definitely it will be something you will think like, oh my gosh, it's just like about me. It's just about me. Now I have this heart, and I think what I'm gonna be doing, I will trying to keep this nice border. I'm not as professional cutter as my brother scan and cut machine, but we're doing a craft along. Not everyone has the same set of tools and access to the equipment, so I'm trying to um, create something with the simplest as possible crafty equipment, so everyone can do it. And all you really see me here is just some basic tools like scissors, like some trimmer or scoring board. I presume that most of you, if you craft, you've got a before I actually tell you that some of the tools like a scoring board, I think it was added to one of the crafting magazines. So whoever it doesn't have scoring board, you can look for that as well. Sometimes from time to time, those crafting magazines, they have the scoring boards. And I need to tell you, I do have a lot of equipment, but my first, like, I think year or 2 years crafting, I was basically half everything I had, it was coming from the crafting magazines. Oh, look on that, looks lovely. That one looks lovely. Or I should put it over here, maybe here. I don't know, my friends, we'll decide in a second. And then do I have anything else here? No, but I'll do maybe happy birthday. Oh, why not? January is coming, so not every card has to be Christmassy. So let's do this happy birthday. Now, shall I do it with the border or without? But I think if you cut them with the border, that instantly pop them out from the from your card. Do you think as well, or not? Let me know, my friends. But I think this teeny tiny border is just makes them much more visible. So I'm hoping I'm not getting you too much tired with me talking, but as I'm saying, this is something I have not been done for a while, to create craft along. And obviously you don't want me to just sit in a silence because I think craft along is about having a second person to craft with you. So I'm really hoping that you've print that page or took any other pages, it doesn't have to be the same pattern. You could grab two other design papers and just craft along with me. But with this printables, you have the labels, you have you know, flowers you could add, and everything will be on the one file. So if you're watching it on the YouTube, you could use the link. You could use the link below and sign up to the craft world if you're not already there, my friends. This is one thing I need to tell you quickly, just very quickly, that craft world has changed my life as well, like this audiobooks I was just telling you about. But since I've joined the craft world, I've met so many beautiful, wonderful friends that you cannot even imagine how big community is there over the craft world. It's inspiration upon the inspiration and upon the inspiration, and only one thing I am regretting is I don't spend there as much time as I would love to. So I'm having this flowers, and maybe I'll save some from for here and something like that. I don't know, or maybe just leave it, and then something not too much difficult so everyone can do it. And maybe we're gonna arrange this one here, something like that. Oh, that will be looking nice. And now another thing I would like to do, I'm gonna be using some ribbon. I have this little piece of the ribbon here. I'm pretty much sure everyone has it, and I'm actually having the blue and the white. Well, it's more like a cream color white, but I'll be taking myself a bow. And what I like to do, my friends, I'm sure I was showing it for many times, but I'm having a piece of the wire. This is just like a jewelry wires, and they're not very expensive. I think I've bought it for a few pounds, and look on the amount I have. They're very thin and flexible. You can just easily squeeze them in your hands. But this is what I like to do when I'm binding my ribbons, because if you bind it just like that, then they just stay flat. And sometimes if you've got a double-sided, like a you've got the shiny side and then unshiny side, then it's not look as good to me. So what I like to do, I like to create myself a bow, and I'm just taking a few loops, usually two. I think 2 or 3 are looking the best. And once I'm happy, once I have it as I would like to, then I'm taking a piece of the wire here and I'm just squeezing it in the middle. This is all I'm doing, and that's it. That's the whole story behind it, and my ribbon is just looking lovely. There we go. And as you can see, it's nice, it's straight, and those ends, you won't have to worry that the end will come another way. So this is how I do my ribbons, and I've been, I don't know, since I started doing it, but it always seems to me that the ribbon looks the best this way. That one is a little bit creased here, but I don't mind as much. And I'm just gonna chop it off. Now we can chop it off the wire as well with the scissors. It's very thin, but what I'm needing to do is to find my second scissors, because this is the paper scissors. My friends, if you've got a good scissors for paper, please do not destroy them as me, because I've already destroyed one pair when I was trying to cut the, oh, I used that one. No, that's the whiskers. Oh, I've got this one. This is the hammer inside between the scissors. This is the heavy duty one, and they will cut everything like through the butter. But never mind. What I was trying to tell you, my friends, if you've got a good scissors, do not use them to cut the glue or wires or anything like that, because this residue from the glue, this little like a snips you may have, uh, they will affect your cutting. And if you would like to keep this like a gorgeous pristine lines, definitely you need the sharp scissors. And I've been having a lot of a pair of scissors since I'm crafting. I've been going through scissors like crazy, especially since I've joined the scrapbooking paper company for the design team. I've been having a lot of papers cutting, and I've been using a lot of scissors. So definitely, if you want to keep your sharp, you can just squeeze it, or you can use a jewelry tool. If you've got jewelry tool, you could just squeeze it, but if not, you can squeeze it on your table just to flatten up this wire, and it sits perfectly. So what I'm thinking, I will be adding one ribbon. And now it's time for me to take my hot glue gun. I'm pretty much sure that everyone has some glue, hot glue. I'm hoping you have one. I do have this scissor stand, and there was a little mat here, but I've just lost it somewhere. But anyway, I just love the hot glue. It's got the light indicator which will tell you that if it's on and off, which is very important to me, because I am quite bad of leaving the glue going, hot glue. I've destroyed a few glue guns before because I left them overnight and they just overcook it themselves. But this one, if I'll turn my light in my craft room, I can still see, oh, there's a little light going, so I can come back and turn it off. Now I'm having this roll of the foam tape, which I'll be using to raise up my panels a little bit, just to give them a little bit dimension. It's gonna be very flat cards, but definitely there's no harm in adding a little bit dimension always, especially if you use this very thin, it's 1 millimeter 1 millimeter foam tape. It's gonna be still very suitable for posting that, but it's gonna be something to look nicer. Right, so I'm adding 3 strips for the panel here. Okay, and now, oh, by the way, for those of you who may wonder, this is something I'm buying in hardware store. This is actually for sealing the windows, I think. They've got a various thickness, and this is 1 millimeter, and I think this is 50 meters in the roll. So definitely something for you friends, my friends, to look for, because it saves up a ton of money if you're crafting a lot. And if you'd like to add some dimension to your project, this is definitely something you may want to check. Now I will try to do it straight, but let me see if I have, no, I don't have glue. I have glossy accents. Just a little bit of the glue. I should use PVA glue on that, but I think I've packed it. To be honest, I don't even know what I have still in the studio, because I've been packing my boxes like crazy over the past few days, and we're moving on the other side of the town just for rental property now, because we sold the house, and our house which is building, it's not ready yet, so we have to stay somewhere for a few months coming, but it's good. It's a lovely experience, and that way, because we're actually downsizing, I've decided that I don't want to waste too much money to rent, you know, bigger property. So we're gonna live in a small flat, just so uh, just so it's gonna be enough, you know, room for all of us, for three of us here. And this is a great experience. I'm actually looking forward, because I've been keep saying about downsizing, about, like, you know, just do not have all this clutter in my house. So this is something, it's really really gives me opportunity to reflect upon all my possessions and all my things. Do I really need it? And I'm really really excited for this experience, because oh, is it ready? Yeah, I think it's ready. Once you're hot glue, you can use the hot glue instead of the normal glue. um, but I'm really really looking forward for this experience, because that way I could try on the things which I really want to keep in my flat. Like, so I could do a few months trial before we actually move to our own house. And that way, if I'll manage, if I'll be good with downsizing, then maybe there's a chance I will reduce my clutter. So that should help me out. I don't know. I want to use. Oh, maybe I use it over here. Yeah, I'll use it over here. And for this one, I need to do something. Maybe here I do have this little. Oh no, no. I said I will be using those printable designs. So let me just grab one from them. I should have them here, and see what's on the other one. Oh, there it is. Yay! There's one over here. So I will chop those leaves, and maybe one or two flowers actually. Okay, and this flower, maybe we're gonna be using it. This is another from the printable files, and this is the fourth one. So it was two in the beginning, and this one. So we've got still plenty little pieces to add, and yeah. So I'm just quickly chopping them out, and as you notice, I'm just keeping my scissors tray, and I'm just slightly moving my flower, my paper, and that way I have this smooth cutting edge every single time, and it doesn't really take as much time, my friends. And that way you can actually see in a real you know, creation time. I hope you're crafting with me. I'm keep saying that, but if you haven't started yet, just please grab something and just do something simple, something very very. It does not have to be a big project, but it always lifts my mood, my friends. And I haven't been crafting for a few days, I must tell you. I'm trying to create something every single day, but now with moving houses, I'm just like, obviously I'm not sitting on my crafting table. So this opportunity to record something for this Christmas hop is just something I was looking forward to find the time, and just to be able to create something is just so nice. And I am so grateful for having this opportunity, and I'm also very grateful for everyone in the craft world. So many wonderful friends who responded, who say they will create their own content. So definitely check their videos. I'm sure there will be lots of inspiration over there, not just in this Christmas Hope group, but generally in the craft world. There's always like a ton of things happening there. So every morning I like to just a sneak peek what's happening and there's always like lots of, different challenges. So definitely it's worth to take a part. And I must to tell you, like, I took a part in few challenges, and a few of them I won. One, not so recent, quite recently one. This The last one I won from the Lindsay Frugal Crafter, and this one was really really good. I've got the voucher for £50 to spend in a craft stash, so I was able to buy myself a tons of the wonderful products. There is a videos on, I think, on my YouTube channel, where I post what I have bought from the vouchers I had to use on a craft stash. So that was really really good one. I've bought myself tons of beautiful mediums, something which I never had a chance to try before. But I'll tell you one thing, that one challenge I really really won, and I was over the moon. It was so many months ago. I think it was in May actually. That was not long after I joined the craft world, and this challenge I won was with Christina Griffiths. Oh my gosh, my friends, I was absolutely delighted. She loved my card, and this is something I never forget, because if you know Christina, she's been on a YouTube here for many years. I think it's been like, I don't know, oh, maybe that one's too large. I think I'll go for smaller. I'm changing my mind. I'll go for smaller flower. But just to let you know, Christina's been here on YouTube for, I don't know, 12 years, I think, something like that. But it's a very very long time, and she was actually one of the first crafters I came across here in UK, like crafting YouTube channels. And back in the days, many years ago, I didn't even speak as good English as I'm doing now. And I was watching her tutorial literally one by one. She was showing those old videos with, I think it was, no, I think I know, it was Spellbinder dice. That was before she came up with her own beautiful range. So I was watching those videos, and I didn't even comment. I'm sorry, Christina, if this ever come to you. This is the reason why I never comment, because my English was so poor. I was just shy to to write down comments and everything. So I'm sorry about that. But I was watching her YouTube tutorials, and I think she had one of the big impact on me crafting, on me loving this truly amazing hobby. And yes, I am forever grateful. And when she chose the crafting challenge, I think it was all shape cards. Definitely, I've got it somewhere. It's either on the Instagram. I'm not sure if I have the video for the card, but it was a lovely card I've made for one of my friends here in Scotland for his mum birthday, and she loved it, and it was like, oh my gosh, I could not believe that Christina herself has chose my card. And this was the beginnings of my I was just joining the craft world platform myself, so this was huge. I thought I was like, I was on the cloud nine, as you say. And oh, I think I'm just gonna triple it. So I'm taking my foam, and I'm just tripling it, so I have plenty of dimension here on this heart. And another thing, well, going back to the same thing with Christina. So when I won this challenge, she liked my card. I was just over the moon, and this is basically how my adventure started here with the craft world, and I was keep coming back and back and more, and I had this, and very very shortly I've built myself a group of the loving crafty friends, and this is an amazing place. If you're not there, obviously the video is for the craft world group, but if someone on YouTube watching and you're not on the craft world platform, my friends, you have to go there. You just have to go there. Right, so I'm having this heart, and I will try to just place it nicely, so it's just going to be looking nice. And what I like to do with these flowers, I'm slightly bending them just in the middle, just to give them additional dimension. I think it's always looking nice when you do that, because it's just gives them a little bit more life, I think. I'll just add that, and then that one on top. So I've got that one, and then 2 leaves. And our first card is almost finished, and then we're gonna glue together, put together the other one. So that will be my first project for this Christmas Eve, and I'm hoping you're gonna be enjoying it. And I honestly, I cannot wait, my friends, to see what other crafters has prepared, because although I am spending my Christmas time with my husband and my son, I'm pretty much sure I will at some point, maybe I'll sneak in just for a few minutes just to see what's everybody doing. So yeah, and definitely after the Christmas time I will be watching the Christmas content on the hub as well, because I cannot wait for all others creation, all other crafty friends, what they came up with. And yeah, I think that's looking really good. All I'm needing, maybe a little bit, few leaves over here, so I just quickly cut them, and that will be it. I'm trying to find some random, I don't know, some, good topics to talk, because as I've mentioned, when I had this live online classes, there's always something, someone ask the question or start some conversation, but because I'm just by myself, I'm trying to find something to talk, so I'm hoping I'm not being boring for you, my friends. And one thing, I'll tell you one thing, one good story. I have this friend Cindy from United States. I'm hoping you're watching, Cindy. I've probably by now I've probably already put a post on that, but I received a huge parcel from Cindy. I was just like, oh my gosh, what is that? We said we're gonna be sending cards to each other, but she just went crazy. So I'm having this big packaging, and I'm opening it, and my friends, you're not gonna believe what I found there. There was a huge handmade scarf. She did it herself, in the lovely gorgeous plume color, and with cute little notes saying that because I not long ago I was creating this 3D shape uh, cake from the Gorgeous Papers collection, and she just loved it. And she says the second she saw this, she just thought of me, and it's so nice. And thank you so much, Cindy. I just love it. The scarf is so fluffy and nice, and it's just absolutely amazing. And having such a wonderful friend is just a true blessing for me, and I didn't expect that. Never in my life I didn't thought that I'll be able to have the friends across the continents, and like Cindy in the United States. And this is something I'm truly encouraging you, my friends. If you're feeling that you don't have anyone around you, I'm sure the world is having like 7 billion people, and there's plenty people who want to be friend. I want to be your friend, so definitely message me as well. And you may, one day over the internet, you may meet some wonderful souls like I meet many of my friends on the craft world, and I'm absolutely over the joy with them. So this is the first card, with love. And the second one will be happy birthday. And I know it's a Christmas Eve, but we're gonna be doing something different today, just because I wanted to use the papers. And so if you don't have supplies, you could print this and just craft along with me, as I mentioned. So I'm gonna be doing this thing exactly the same way as I did on the previous one. So 3 strips here. Oh, I'll just mark that one off. And yeah, so I will try to have another video ready for the Christmas day and for the Boxing Day as well. So I'm hoping you will join me as well. The videos will be posted on the Christmas Hub group, as I mentioned before. So the group is in the Craft World platform, and if you're not there, you definitely must to join, because so many friends and wonderful things going on over there. And I know I've been just repeating myself, but I don't have enough. Craft World has become my happy place, and as I've mentioned, great example, Cindy, I've just told you about. She made this wonderful scarf for me, which is absolutely touched my heart. And another thing she sent me, it's just something incredible, and I feel so lucky and blessed. When I start designing the papers, I'm still like beginner and I'm learning myself. But I think the first one collection I did was the autumn leaves one. These leaves are actually the part of it. And Cindy was kind enough to create something using my papers. And then that was a very first card. I must tell you, it's so much different experience when you do yourself your cards. It's so much different experience than when you create a design paper and someone is creating from that design paper. This is something which really touched my heart. And Cindy, she's a wonderful person. She's not only made the card for me, but she sent it to me. So this was apart from the scarf and beautiful Christmas card, which is already on my desk, she sent me a very first card which was made from my own design papers by someone else, not me. So this is a true blessing to have such a wonderful friend like Cindy. And everyone in the craft world are just absolutely wonderful. So definitely something I'll be keeping in my mind, and whenever I go, I'll be keeping those cards as a lovely memory. And this scarf is just perfect. And one thing is, not long ago I actually took my boy for a walk, and it was quite windy. Obviously I've wrapped my son, but for myself I only took my jacket and the hat. And I was keep thinking like, oh, I could really use that fluffy scarf just to wrap up myself the same way as I wrap up my baby. but I didn't have anything like that. And then 2 weeks after, Cindy is sending me this huge box, and I was like, what is there? And when I opened it, it was this fluffy lovely scarf, and I just love it. I absolutely love it, and I'm wearing it. And yes, I didn't wait for a Boxing Day, so I'm sorry, Cindy, but I was impatient, so I'm sorry. I should actually do it. You know what? I should do it from this side, but never mind. I think I should leave the longer one for the bottom, but oh, I don't think it will matter as much now. So I'm just gonna be gluing these flowers underneath first, just so I could have it on. Okay, I know exact position where I want it, and once I will glue it, I will back the happy birthday sentiment with some foam tape, just so I could have a lovely dimension on it. And I'll leave that one like that, and that one like that, or maybe like that. Oh, too many choices. Do you also do it the same, my friends? Because quite often what I'm finding myself is that I'm overthinking every single crafting project. I'm just overthinking, and I'm trying to do one thing, but then I'm just like, oh, maybe that way, maybe that way, and then I'm just like paralyzed. I can't finish the project because I'm keep thinking which way would be the best. But I think that like that I'm quite happy with it. So I just put a drop of the glue, and just to see whether it's okay, just like that. Lovely. So I'll have this ribbon here, and then something to keep my sentiment. I'm just slightly bending it, and I will show you what I'm doing to keep the sentiments bended. I'm bending my tape twice, and I'm having this longer piece here, and so it's just like a bar across, and then I'm taking a smaller piece, which is just this side, and I am gluing it on the top of the tape in the middle like that. So that way I'm actually achieving this curved look, my friends. So if I'll just add the glue, and then I'm just gluing it, that way I have this lovely it looks nice, and it's bounded, it's slightly curved in the middle. So this is something I like to do to keep my sentiment. Obviously the best it looks when it's like on a banner, but I thought this is something I'll show you, and then I could slightly leave those edges, and I'm gonna be adding my ribbon to the top part, and maybe some crystal or something. I do have this box with the gems, which I bought ages ago, and I still have plenty of those. I think that will look good, or maybe that. Shall I go with the blue, or shall I go with the hard choices? It's always hard choices. I've still got my gems. I haven't packed them yet, so I'm lucky. Oh, I know, the blue one is the best one. Yeah, the blue one, the winner is blue. So that one is 2. If that would be more than flowery color, like a more yellowy tone, I would use that, but no. And this one is too sparkly, so yeah, I'm never gonna use them. I think it was £2 in a Hobbycraft or something ages ago, and I've still got it, and it's tons of them. Well, I'm using one I'm hiding. Okay, and just the ribbon and we're basically done. So I hope you enjoyed this craft along. Nothing really difficult, but oh, stick from underneath. But I just wanted to spend some time together with you, my friends. Oh no, I forgot one thing. I forgot. I really forgot. And let me see if I have it. No. Do you know what? I've destroyed it. Never mind. I usually use the lighter to seal the edges from my ribbons because otherwise they just tear. But I don't have a lighter here on me. I don't smoke. I just keep the lighter in my in my craft room for sealing the ribbons. But I cannot find it. But never mind. I'll just glue it, and maybe if I find it, I will just go over the edges. The one I need to cut slightly, a little bit, because it's too large. And voila, my second card is ready. So this is a 2 cards. Similar idea, I think. Well, similar. We use the same pattern, and I hope you enjoyed this type of the craft along video. I hope I didn't get you too much bored with my stories, and or maybe I need to actually read some stories to tell you some better stories. But this is the first video from this Christmas hop, so I'll try to improve myself for next time. So thank you so much, my friends, for being here, for spending your time with me, and I wish you all from all my heart, I wish you all the blessings, that you have this joyful, peaceful time. And please do not look on it, if even if you're far away from your family, then think about that you're healthy, your family is healthy, I hope. And I wish you that. And just make that phone call. I'll be phoning my mom and dad as well, and have some, maybe FaceTime with them a little bit. But yes, even though we're not gonna see each other, I'll keep thinking I am blessed to have them. They're still here, they alive. So even with the internet, we're still connect, we're still family, nothing's changed. And I am wishing you the same, and I'm wishing you very Merry Christmas and wonderful time. And I hope you'll be popping to this Christmas hub group over the whole Christmas and the Boxing Day and afterwards. And I will try to create more content as well. But as I mentioned before, we're just moving our houses, so I'm packing, and not as much. That's why I'm creating a simpler project. And I also thought the simpler project is something everyone can join me on. So I hope this is something you enjoy, and you will join me on the next Christmas hop video as well, which I'm planning to create and post on the second, on a Christmas day. I'll post this one on a Christmas Eve, and then another one on a Christmas Day. And I hope I'll manage to create something for the Boxing Day as well. But I cannot promise that because we're packing. So every day, the more and more crafting goodies disappearing from my studio. They're actually shipped to the new places. So on the last video, I'll probably end up with the paper, scissors, and the glue. No other crafty goodies. But thank you so much for your time, and I hope to see you here again shortly. Have a lovely day, my friends. Sending you my loves and hugs, and I pray for you to stay blessed and safe. Bye bye.